Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. It's wonderful to be back with Anna and our meaningful conversations. Hi, Anna. How are you doing?
Hi, Karen. I am really well. And hello, everybody who is on the call or watching the call later. Yes.
And so today, our meaningful conversation is an interesting topic. It's mentor versus coach, or coach versus mentor. And Anna, you wanted to talk about that. So I know that you've got some ideas around it. And so if you want to start by either asking or saying something about it. Why did you choose that topic, Anna?
Oh, as you are a coach and a mentor, and I'm working to become mentors to a lot more people myself. I've been a trained coach for the last 5 years, and working as a coach, providing leadership coaching for people. So I reckon it's a really good hot topic these days. Like everybody is talking about it. Like I feel like every single young people I talk to now, they said they have a coach or they have a mentor. Yeah.
Mm,
So
yeah.
it is more common these days for people to accept mentorship or accept being coached so that they can excel in whatever field they're doing. However, these two words are interchangeably used, and sometimes it get the boundary is get mixed up, and so it is good to have a clear understanding. As and talking with you would be excellent because you've been in the field for a long time, so you would be an um, like no one else is more qualified to talk about this. So I'll pick your brain. Yeah, I would love to hear from you. As a coach and a mentor to many people, I know that you are leading, helping, and a lot of people in business as well as in life. And I know that you have a wide network of people who are following you and are looking up to you. So yeah, I would like to hear more from you in that regard. What when you play a role of a coach, and when do you play a role as a mentor, and what is the difference between the two?
Mm.
Yeah, that would be lovely to know.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, Anna. And I think people's views around what a mentor is versus a coach is also a view, and neither right nor wrong. However, in general, I guess a mentor's, from my view, a mentor's focus is on an individual and not on, say, helping to solve a specific problem or help people to achieve goals. It's more around someone who's very experienced in life and is sharing their experience. That's my view of a mentor, is sharing their experience and wealth of knowledge in a way that is encouraging and inspiring. And I think, we could also add into this picture consultant coaching and mentoring, because, often there are people who call themselves consultants or business consultants. And I would say that I'm going to come to coaching at the end. Probably a consultant might look at the big picture and then also help people to come up with solutions in their business or their workplace. Whereas a mentor may simply focus, like I said, on one person at a time and spend their time and effort to hone that person's skills through personal development. Whereas with a coach, there are different types of coaches. There are, for example, there are directive coaches, which I am not, because directive coaches will come on to their coaching sessions with their client and they will actually tell them what to do. They will ask for what the problem is or what the goal is, and they will say, okay, this is what you have to do to solve this problem or to reach this goal. The kind of coaching that I do is called evocative coaching. And that is a technique that we use by asking questions of our clients to come up with the answers themselves. Because believe it or not, within the area that I work, I believe that we all have the answers. We all have the knowledge to everything. Our spiritual being is ever connected to the infinite. All of the knowledge that there ever was and all of the knowledge that there ever will be. And so I focus on the spiritual side of the coaching with me and say that we have the answers. And, you know, just today I used that technique with one of my clients, and I asked a question, you know, what would you like to see happen, or how would you change this outcome, or how would you do differently next time? And the client said, I don't know. So my next answer, which is commonly used in NLP and also to some extent hypnotherapy, is, well, if you did know, what would you do? And that question, if you did know, what would you do? Or if you did have the answer, what would you do? Is a very powerful question, because what it does is it gets rid of our conscious mind and lets us hook into our subconscious mind. So in answer to your question, we have mindset tools. As the kind of coaching that I do is mindset coaching. And we have mindset tools, whereas some coaches might be more focused on specific KPIs, marketing, all that area. And in fact, I had an inquiry from a client today who already had that kind of business coach to help them focus on marketing, advertising, all of that. And the person knew that they had mindset blocks. They knew that they had beliefs, negative emotions, limiting beliefs, that was stopping them from moving forward to where they wanted to be. And so we have mindset blocks.
Basically, your work is basically whether you act as a mentor or you act as a coach, you take people from one place to another, like from where they are to their wanted place, right? So you use different, like you said, you use techniques like asking the right question, asking important question, and then identify their emotion, their blockages, and then you use various techniques and tools that you got to help them overcome the obstacle, internal obstacle, basically. And then they can move, they can act, they perform the act they need to do in order to move from where they are to where they want to be, either playing the role as a coach or a mentor by what you described to me. So how do, like I say, in the football team, for example, they have a coach and they have mentors and they have psychologists, they have counselor, they have a whole team of different roles, different what do you call it, different area of works to help the team members to get from where they are to the championship. Every single team try to get that. So how come there's a difference between a coach role and the mentor role? You know, how do they come in at different time?
It's a great question. And the thing is, there's a difference between, I like that you've brought up a sports, or, you know, a coach or a sports person, because there's training, right? So there's a trainer who goes out and says, you know, run 50 times around the field, or, you know, build your muscles, do a whole lot of press ups and all of that, get up early, all of those kinds of things. And then there's the coach. And the coach, even especially in the area of sports people, they work on the mindset. They know that if the person doesn't believe in themselves, doesn't see their vision for what they want to achieve in that game, doesn't see their team winning or whatever it is, they're not going to win. They're not going to achieve that. The coach works with their mindset. And so the first area of mindset is to have that vision, create that vision, of where you want to be. Like discover, design, and define that dream vision of the outcome that you want to do. Because without that, you know, I've heard people say even in before games, oh, that team's really good, we've got no chance. Now, the coach would hit them over the head and say, if you think that, you might as well walk off the field right now, because nobody who thinks they've got no chance against their team is going to go out there and win. It doesn't matter how good they play, right? And so the first thing is to have that vision of winning in life, of getting to where you would love to be. And then the next thing is to take steps in the direction of their dream. And your mentor doesn't do this, by the way. This is coaching. So the next thing is to take steps. What steps can I take to achieve that outcome, right? Actually taking action. And then we want to close the circuit by having a buy when. So in the game, it's clear we want to win at the end. By the end of the game, we want to be winning. Or maybe we want to have enough points by half time so that we know we're going to win. There's no way the other team can catch up, you know. So there's a buy when, which is critical as well. If you just have a vision and goals and action, but you don't know when you're going to actually achieve the outcome. And by the way, you set the time. You don't know when it's going to be until you say, I'm doing this by next month, or I'm doing this by the end of the year. I'm having this outcome by the end of, you know, March or April. You set the time. And then you want to know how to navigate the gap. And that's where your coach helps you. Once again, a mentor is going to give you just worldly advice and maybe a bit of inspiration and motivation. Your coach is the one that's going to help you navigate the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. And like you said, Anna, correctly, we will work with those blocks that come up, those negative emotions, which are there if we're human, we have them. And those limiting beliefs that are also there if we're human, we have them.
Thank
and
you.
then
So in the team, let's say in the team of sport or the team at work, there's a project and there's a coach that go along the way with the team in order to take the team from one place to another. You know, they have a goal to reach, and then they're resistant in the team members or a few team members or amongst the team members. They're resistant. And then there's a coach alongside them, work with them to, okay, let's move forward and remove the obstacle one at a time to go together so the whole team can get to the goal they set in advance. Yeah, so the coach work alongside with them, as the way you said. And then these days, they bring coach from outside as well, like family coach or what do you call it, physical and nutrition coach, and so number of coach, yeah. Beside the main coach that overall go with the team the whole way. Yeah, so it can be quite confusing for the community to say, oh, what coach is what, you're doing what, right? And then they have, nutrition coach to come in to say, I am an expert in this field, so I can take you guys along the journey of eating right things, using the right ingredients so you can optimal your physical health in order to assist the whole team. And then they work in liaison with the the main coach. You know, in the AFL, they have one coach, and then the number of coach in various fields, right, coming in and with the team. And then on top of that, they have mentors. So that is where the people saying, oh, so what is the mentor doing? Or what is the coach doing? So where's the difference? So interestingly, I read in one of the pieces, I didn't really dig into it that deeply, but I knew that mentors is a name of a mythology, a Greek mythology. And he actually teach Odysseus, I don't know how you say that word in Greek, teach the son. So when Odysseus went away for a number of years, and when he came back, he trusted his son in mentors. Mentor is the name of the Greek mythologies. And then that take up, mentoring his son to become a really all-rounded man. So the king basically really appreciate him. So whoever later on take on the role of an advisor, then they call them mentor. Like you play the role of working with the mind, mind and mental capacity of a person, so that a person can think in a certain way, act certain way. And so they somehow, to me, I wonder if that is related to the word mentor, because you basically work with the mind of the person. You give them an advice that shift their way of thinking, shift their mindset, so that maybe they think, I'm not capable, and then the mentor work with the person and shift that way of thinking totally. Maybe just insert at once, and the person carry that concept of themselves for the rest of their life, for example, or for a period of their life, so that they become a winner rather than the loser. I'm not sure if there's that differentiate. I'm still working out myself. So when do I play the role of mentor? And sometimes sitting with a person, I feel like sometimes I have to play the role of a mentor, and other time I play a role of a coach. So it doesn't always, like a coach is like a boat. A coach, like the bus. You basically carry the person across with you in the way in that relationship, isn't it? Why mentors just come in, they don't have to carry, they just come in and play with the mindset. I'm not sure if that that is something you feel is the case.
I think these days, with more people being trained in things like NLP and hypnotherapy, maybe, and we still call ourselves coaches, as I am, and you are, we still call ourselves coaches. However, we are working with the mind and the mindset. And I think, it does depend on where you put yourself in as a business coach. Like I said, there are business coaches who are trained by some of the chains or franchises on how to build the business with marketing and KPIs and looking at the figures and, that very analytical part of the brain. And then there are those of us who call ourselves coaches who
we lost connection with Karen for yeah. So it's so interesting to I realize that even in the people working in the industry, we still have that different understanding of the two different role, or whether they're really totally different, or can one person play both roles as coach and mentors. So I find it with my daughter. Sometimes I'm her coach, and most of the time I'm mentoring her because I'm way ahead. And a lot of things we've been there, we've done that. We go so we can kind of lead the way of thinking. So in that regard, I feel like a lot of the time I play the role of mentor. So I'm not sure what happened, but right now Karen dropped out of the chat. It could be just the internet breakdown. So perhaps we call today conversation the end, and we will see you all again in 2 weeks' time for the next topics with meaningful conversations. Goodbye for now. See you.